Bobby Moore and Sir Jeff Hurst, with Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. We're proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. This is more than just a podcast. It's season 12. It is episode 5, and the gang are back in town because we've had a few good games. We were robbed, but the whole gang is here. George, welcome back. Where are you? What are you doing?
Thank you. It's good to be back. I am at home recording a podcast with you guys.
Father John, where are you? What are you
Father.
doing?
I am at home talking to yous.
And I've been in your studio, actually. I visited
You have?
your studio in the darkest
Depths of Surrey.
depths of Surrey.
Depths. So Surrey got depths.
Yeah. It's hidden depths.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
depths,
That kind of depths.
Canning Town Len.
Good
Where
evening.
are you and what are you doing?
I'm in the lounge after a full day of West Ham talking to you lot.
And last but not least, he wasn't here last week. He'll probably explain his absence. Where are you and what are you doing, Shedman?
I'm in my shed.
Is it still your shed, or have you given some of your shed to Sean?
No, it's still my shed.
I think you should draw some deeds up and legally share the shed.
He's getting fuck all
I
this
couldn't even fucking wait. I don't think we're 3 minutes in, are we? I'm sorry, Nigel. I was late because I thought I'd start on Twitter, get a head start.
You thought you'd read my articles. We should announce, because last week we didn't announce, but Nigel, there was a late transfer signing we didn't cover last week. Do you want to announce it?
No.
Len, do you want to announce it in a David Sullivan voice?
What announcement?
Well, the signing.
Oh, what? Which is now 6foot2.co.uk in association with Sean Whetstone.
Is that why they've got
There's
to
been
sign
a
the
merger.
deeds?
Yeah, there's
that's
been a
it.
merger.
It's
It's a reverse takeover, they call that these days. I think.
I'd like to say I made him the better offer, but I didn't. But he graciously, I don't know about graciously.
I don't think he's got any grace.
No.
Oh, that's
Not privately.
I said to him, write what you want.
Yeah.
So I gave him his freedom.
yeah.
Was when someone
I
asked
had,
me
I
why
had,
he left.
I had two
Gave
other
him his
offers on the
freedom.
table.
Yeah. Which
I'm
they
not
must
going to
be
say
fucking
who they are,
great.
because that would be bad.
If you-
but I had
if you're
I had three
listening,
offers on
Ian,
the table.
If you, Ian,
Piss off.
Ian, if you're listening, I'll do something with you, mate, because I know when me fucking bread's buttered. Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Hold up, Ian is my apprentice, is he not? Last week, I was quite pleased. Sean, I
Yeah.
did listen.
Oh, did. Well done.
Yeah, so I'd say, hey, don't listen. I was quite pleased with Ian's sexist.
Yeah, it did go
quips
down.
now and
It
again.
did get a bit smutty last week, didn't it?
So-
It goes
Oh, it
downhill
always,
when Mr.
It
Dale
went downhill
turns-
with questions, I know that.
Well,
Sorry, Nigel.
I'm glad you
I
said
try my
he'll-
best.
Yeah.
I know we weren't good enough. What can you do?
anyway, let's discuss. If you do want to, I am now writing for. I am 6'2"
In
and-
association with Sean
and,
Whetstone.
and I'm the news editor, and I've only done about 30 stories in since I was appointed to the role.
More than I've
so-
done in 6 months.
Yeah. But anyway, give it a visit. Let's start talking about football, because we did have some football. We did have 2 football games, once against dirty Spurs, the other one against dirty Chelsea. That's a surprise. I was in the country and went to both. But let's start with, since you weren't here last week, let's start with you, Chef Man.
Your dinner.
Oh well, all right. Well,
No, go on, start.
we'll start with George then, if you
No,
want.
start with me. Go
What are you eating?
on. Chicken Kiev.
Oh,
Oh, he's chicken Kiev. Is it from
It's
Iceland?
It's pronounced Kiev.
Keith.
Yeah, it is.
Chicken Keith.
No, mate. In my house, it's Kiev. Yeah, like the city in Ukraine's Kiev.
It's not from Iceland, is it?
Iceland.
I hope you went to like Waitrose or something. I hope
Don't
you
be
went
fucking
like-
stupid.
Sean-
What, on your salary, Sean?
Actually, off air, I'll send you some photographs actually of my meat delivery,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
explain to you.
Fucking says.
You keep those ones.
Getting
Well,
Ian down.
look,
Ian's back.
In honour of Ian Dow's, yeah. So, we'll go on to meat deliveries, but
Yeah.
I've stopped with
So you, all right? Let me just. You weren't at the Spurs game. I know you had some family issues, but did you get to watch it?
I did, yeah.
What did you make of it? It was a good atmosphere, by the way.
Was
you know,
it?
it was. Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
do you know, on the telly it comes across real flat over
Oh,
there.
did it? No. We were probably one of the best atmospheres this season.
this year?
but this season. But
Well,
do you know
right,
what?
So you had a better atmosphere than the Man City and the Brighton department?
Well, I didn't go to Man City or Brighton,
Oh, so it's the best, yeah. Oh,
but I
well
did
done
go
you
to
then.
the Vibe game.
Yeah, so you had a better atmosphere than when 25,000 turned up.
Yeah. No, it was good compared to last year. I don't know. We just seem to raise our singing, raise our voices, and you know, the crowd seemed to be up to it. I don't know if that didn't come across on
No, it
TV,
didn't.
but it was. You know, there was a buzz about the place.
All right. Well, typical West Ham, and you know, I'm not a stats person, so they had more of the ball, but when we had the ball, we did better with it. And that's my short summing up. I thought we created the better chances. We were the team that probably should have won it in the second half. And if VAR, I'll get in early. If VAR is run by the Premier League to keep the top six as the top six, then our goal wouldn't have stood, and Tottenham would have had a penalty. But actually, Tottenham didn't get a penalty, and our goal did stand. So,
So
Oh, what was wrong with our goal?
foul throw.
it was a foul.
Oh,
throw,
someone
actually,
did
but,
say that to me next to me. I didn't take notice.
You said you're not a stat man, but I am. West Ham had 38% possession, but Spurs had 62. We had 14 shots, 4 on target. They only had 12 shots, 3 on target. We had 3 corners, they had 4. 10 fouls apiece. I don't know. Shots say we should have done them. And you know, I thought they were very lucky. Second half, even some Spurs fans I know sort of said, actually, we played shit second half. You know, you could have beaten us. And of course,
Do you know
we scored both goals, didn't we? Why
Yeah.
did we score both goals?
Well, 'cause Kera, yeah, but I mean, to be fair to Kera,
Yeah.
you know, Son was standing behind him to tap it in if he hadn't have got there. But it could have done better, I don't know. But, you know, their towels were up. I don't know if they felt hard done by not having the penalty. You know, we'll cover VAR later about the penalty, but it weren't given. So,
I think their tails are up because we've got this new habit of wanting to play for the first half hour without the ball.
yes.
When you do that to a team
Yeah.
as talented as Tottenham, their tails won't take long to go up.
Yeah.
We're getting away with it as well. And going back to Kera, despite the sort of consequences of what happens to him during the games, own goals, this, that and the other, penalties given away, I think it's quite a good start from the boy. It's impressive.
Yeah. No, he's looking more composed game by game.
Yeah, I think he's a great asset.
10.1 million, probably
been
the better
signed.
buys this summer.
Well,
I'm gonna go
Have
on.
a look. How much we paid for Zuma?
30 million
There you
or
go.
27 plus
Shows
add-ons,
you,
but
innit?
yeah, he's got a dodgy knee. Let's move on to George because we've got 5 of us to talk about the game. I want to leave something for him. Suchek goal,
4 of us.
Antonio assist. Came back just after half time.
Yes.
Did you watch it? First is my first question.
I did, yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
a lot of it has just been covered, in fairness.
It has,
Um,
yeah.
I did I didn't know the rules around foul throws, as in, is that something that VAR can pull it back for? But I did think the same.
I don't know if there is or not.
I don't think it is.
I haven't seen a foul throw blown up for years.
They're not. There's so many foul throws in professional football. But I thought it'd be sod's law that was the one that does get pulled up. But yeah, I mean, good goal, nice little bit of play from Antonio, and we should have won the game.
Well, let's talk about a flashpoint. Talking about VAR. Flashpoints. Aaron Cresswell handball. How long was that? Yeah, 4 minutes, wasn't it? The VAR check.
Was it that long?
I think it was.
Nigel was probably had his stopwatch
Nigel, did you have your stopwatch out?
Yeah, it was. I think 4.5 minutes. To be honest.
There
you go. So penalty was given for handball. 4 minutes. Referee went to the monitor and overturned the decision.
He did.
He did. Was it right though? I wasn't watching. So the question I suppose is, I didn't see it and I didn't see the reply. I didn't see the replay. So I'm watching from the ground.
It was a tricky one.
Was he right?
I mean, well, I think he was.
You had 4.5 minutes to decide. I bet they replayed that replay again.
In fairness,
and again.
that one compared to what's happened this weekend just gone, which I'm sure we'll come on to, that one, depending on what angle you looked at, it really was deceiving. Some of them looked like it went straight onto his arm, and his arm was out of his body in an unnatural position.
Yeah.
Then you could argue, how can you jump without your arms? But at the end of the day, I think it did come off of his head first onto his arm, which is why it was overturned. But yeah, it was a hard one to work out. 4.5 minutes is too long.
No,
but that
it definitely is. Yeah,
but it definitely hit his head first when you look at the.
So it did, but there was angles that didn't.
Yeah, there was only one angle. Yeah. There was only one angle. They had about 4 different angles, and that's the thing. George obviously said it. They were flip-flopping around different angles, and there was just one angle where you think, "Ooh, did that hit his head first?" And I think that's why it took the 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
too long.
Let's talk about. Maybe you can move on to your father. Let's talk about substitutions. Ogbonna came on 72 minutes. I guess that was in some ways to defend the 1-1 draw. I don't know what else. No, Cresswell has been suffering from a groin strain, hasn't he? So maybe that was to rest him a bit. And obviously we saw Paquetá come in for Ben Rama on 67 minutes. Although they don't use his name on BBC, they use apparently Paquetá is the name of an island that he.
But he's named after that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's
when
his real
we're in
surname.
the BBC and yeah, you're right. It's like Tortellini Colli di Lima or something, and you think who? Oh, Lucas.
Not David Essex.
Paquetá. Yeah.
David Essex's real name's David Cook, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
Named after where he's from, not Paquetá.
But the commentator.
David
He's
Essex.
not from Essex. He's from Canning Town.
The announcers.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Paquetá or Paquetá?
Paquetá.
What? No one's ever said Paquetá, you fucking bellend. You read it off a fucking menu. I have a chicken Paquetá.
I've just had that. It weren't bad, actually.
He looked all right. Paquetá. Right, okay. And Emerson came on for Nows. Did he make the right substitutions, John?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
He meant that.
Did Paquetá look lively?
I thought he lifted the whole team really when he came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lifted the whole crowd actually.
Yeah.
You know?
So I thought it was the right thing to do, and it was just a shame that him and Emerson weren't on the same wavelength, and they both stepped over that ball. You know.
About flashpoints. Yeah. I mean, obviously, they both left the ball. I mean, obviously they played with each other, or alongside with each other at Lyon. So you know, the two people that should have some chemistry with each other, and they just left it and looked at each other, going, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a shame.
His name's the same, by the way, Emerson's. His name is like Emerson Palmieri something and something. The
Oh.
Brazilians all have like nicknames or go by
Dodgy
their first name.
names.
All right.
Yeah, who does things like that?
I know. Fancy that.
Yeah.
2 Brazilians in a squad or in a team.
Well, one's an Italian, but
Who, was it Bowen?
Born in Brazil.
Was it Bowen or Ben Rama that came close at the end? I'm trying to remember.
Bowen. And
Bowen.
Rama was taken off for
Oh yeah, he was,
Paqueta.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Paquetá.
Paquetá.
But he
Paquetá.
he had a couple of chances, didn't he? Towards the end, where
He looked a bit better, considering on how bad he's looked. I thought he looked a bit better against
He
Spurs.
hasn't looked, but he's not been on it as he was, I think it. Oh, we won't talk about any more of it, but I think Cornet's pushing him.
Yeah, so that was
his
my last
spot.
question before I moved to Len. Was there room for Cornet? I mean, we can have 5 substitutes now. We only use 3. I know you only can have 3 things, but should
I
maybe
like
pull
him.
Bowen off and put Cornet on?
I like him. I think he's
Yeah.
going to be a good asset.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah,
so do I. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about Chelsea in a minute. Before we do, Len, I know you're last, and it's probably going, well, what the fuck can I discuss now when you?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, go on then.
I've been talking about West Ham all day.
Yeah, but we are talking about the Spurs game.
Yeah. Well, you want me to add something?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I have already, haven't I? We're talking
No.
about...
But I was building you up to say there's not a lot for you more to say.
Well, I mean,
and now you went.
actually,
Oh yeah, there is.
I can't remember the game. They're coming thick and fast now, and they're gonna. I realised today they're gonna really come thick and fast, and then they're gonna stop for the World Cup, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
November.
No, I thought we made a good account of ourselves against Tottenham. That was just what we needed, to be honest. It's a shame.
Especially
I
second
thought
half.
I thought we deserved the win.
Yeah.
As you know, I thought we deserved a result with Chelsea, but
Yeah.
you can leave me out that one if you want.
Well, I think it's a great link to move on to Chelsea.
Tell us about your day out, Sean.
Yeah. Tell us what you ate, Shawnee.
Well,
What he didn't eat is probably easier.
Well, obviously, just to say, by the way, and I just want to
Family
make a point.
day out.
When I was on Wednesday, when I went to Spurs, I boycotted the bar. I can't say that for everyone. Your friend, right?
Oh, my friend.
Well, your friend
Which
John
friend?
and your friend George Murphy and Mark Murphy, right? Were drinking, and before the game, they went, "Well, we're only boycotting the bar at those prices at £4.95 before kick-off, early bird. It's all right, but we're boycotting at full prices." And then at half time, they're drinking beers again. Mark goes, "Oh yeah, but I'm boycotting beers that I buy, and I didn't buy them. George Murphy, my son, bought it." He said, "So I refuse to buy any beers at full price. That's my boycotting, but I'm okay to drink beer that other people have bought."
I have warned you about the power of beer, Sean. I've told everyone about it.
What's that?
Well, it draws you in. Powerful beer. I can always tell you about this.
Well, it's crazy, right? Obviously, big derby day. The queues were massive, right? The queues were as big as you've ever seen. So on a Wednesday night after work, people don't care about boycotting bars. They've got a captive audience. They know it.
How would you know that there was a boycott the bar movement?
Well, because I read it.
Yeah, where have you read it?
6'2". I'm sure you wrote about it.
In association with Sean Whetstone.
Well, so, hold up. 6'2" wrote about boycott the bar.
Yeah, didn't you?
No.
Well, all
Did
right.
you, Sean?
Wisser, or it's not Wisser now. West Ham United Supporting Trust.
Hammers United.
And Hammers United.
Yeah. So the internet then.
Yeah.
Right.
No, people are talking about it, and they go, well, "Yeah, but what am I going to do?"
Yeah.
People talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk.
The only way to
I'll
get
walk
people
the
to
walk.
buy is you'd have to stand outside the turnstiles and give people vouchers, not vouchers, flyers saying boycott the bar and why.
Talking of that, the supporters club, first 100 people in, get a free pint.
Oh, right.
Yep.
And how much is it a pint in there for Foster's?
I don't know.
No,
£5.
it is. I think it is a £5.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you can get
Tell
in.
everyone.
Well,
If
that's
you
the
can
problem,
get in.
Isn't it? If you can
Yeah, we
get
haven't
in.
got in there yet.
Well, apparently it wasn't too bad. Now they've stopped
Non-members.
non-members, I was told it was all right for Spurs.
All right.
Apparently, it was Mark Murphy's suggestion. There you go. He wants to take the credit for that while he's not boycotting the Buzz.
Non-members.
To not allow guests in for the first hour.
It should always be like that, really.
Yeah, I am surprised.
It's the whole point of being a member of a club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they went down that road.
Anyway, I still haven't been yet. Anyway, Chelsea. My day out. Yes, I did go corporate. I did take my family. My son went. My partner Shireen went, and my stepdaughter went. Canaletto's, and we had a very nice time. Very nice sort of Parma ham and olives, in joining, and lots of spice rum and Diet Coke, and then we moved on to sort of very nice smoked salmon, followed by a poached bass fish, which was just beautiful with pak choy. And there was a lovely billionaire shortbread sort of mousse for pudding, followed
billionaire, not millionaire.
Billionaire, yeah, it's called that. And then half time, you've got your sort of lamb and
is that a nod to Roman Abramovich?
Probably. A lot of boxes empty there. And then at full time, you've got your cheese course and Shropshire Blue and some really nice tangy cheddar. So it was a great day, sport by football. And do you know what? I must say, I find Stamford Bridge the most uncomfortable seats in the Premier League. They're so close together. Your knees are in, even in corporate, your knees are in someone else's back. The worst seat.
I tell you what, if you ain't got leg room, there must be.
Exactly. If the worst seat in London Stadium is better than the best seat in Stamford Bridge, it is. There are no good seats. There are no good seats. They are so cramped together.
It depends on how you rate a seat.
Well,
because
like
you're only rating it on
leg room,
how close
leg room and side to side. I'm not the tallest of people, I'd admit, right? And if
he is quite wide.
Well, yeah, but it's both. There's no leg room and there's no side to side movement. But anyway, let's not talk about corporate hospitality. Let's talk about the game. Another sellout, by the way. I don't know if you've known this, Nigel.
You?
I wrote a story on your website, 6'2", about that every game has been sold out to more than 19 points. So Chelsea, everything's been 22 points.
What game went to 19 points?
Everton.
Did it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Why?
Well, I missed that then.
Oh, yeah. Everton sold out to 19 points. Chelsea was 22 or 24.
That's
right, 22. It was 24.
Yeah. Notts Forest was as well. I mean, the only game you'd been able to buy, which went to not points, was Viborg away, and then people were buying them and not turning up, hoping they'll get points, and that caused the whole point
that
issue.
answered a lot of questions, because I remember watching the game and thinking, blimey, they could have allowed more West Ham fans to go.
Well, they did.
It turns out they did allow more West Ham fans to go, and they didn't turn up.
And that's why the new one, whatever their name is, Siegberg or whatever,
Siegberg,
the tickets are 12 quid. But they've said if you buy one and you don't turn up, not only will you get the point taken away, you'll be banned from buying European away tickets in the future. Again, that's a story I wrote on 6'2". You won't have read.
I did
Nigel.
see that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nigel can't keep up with his own website now.
I know.
Well, I work for a living, and he's in the newsletter now, so none of my
Sean
stuff makes the newsletter, because it's like
Sean works for a living.
Oh, I did today.
Only today.
Call it work.
Oh, still. How many did you put up today, Sean?
6.
I was sick of sight of them.
6.
There you go. 6
A
of the
few
best.
before work, and then one I think at heart, and then some after work. So I'm a little bit behind on my numbers today, but I'll catch up. Anyway, let's talk about.
It's great having Sean there, because he gives us a running total now of how many people have visited per day.
Yeah, me and all.
Where I've never fucking bothered to look once. Yeah.
Everyone in the WhatsApp group.
Your numbers have increased 20-fold.
Yeah.
20% of all the hits have happened in the last 7 days.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
There you go. We're
Well
going
done.
places. Anyway, Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. It's not a 6'2" podcast.
It's in association with 6 foot.
Is it?
He was in association with Sean.
Anyway,
So now, hang on a
Nigel.
minute. You got the Claret and Boozers in association with 6'2", in association with Sean. And then when Sean goes back in retirement and gets reassociated with Claret and Hugh, it will be Claret and Boozers in association with 6'2", in association with Sean Whetstone, in association with Claret and Hugh.
Anyway, Chelsea. Nigel, did you watch the game? Well, it usually goes. Actually, Paul Turner said to me, I remember when Nigel used to go to away games. What's the last away game you went to?
Southampton. Yeah,
Wow, I was at that one.
FA Cup, yeah.
What's going on? You have to work for a living.
Well, I wouldn't discuss it on there, would I? I've got life. So,
Right, okay. Anyway.
You know, people's situations change and sometimes footballs have to take a back seat.
Okay.
Hence why I went on a podcast last week. Hence why I didn't go football last week.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
fair enough. Right.
You know, I've only been to 2 games this season out of 4. In the last 10 years of
You
Upton
going
Park,
Thursday?
I missed 3 games. I will buy my tickets tonight. I can make it.
And you're going Sunday?
Yes, I will be there Sunday.
See you there.
You coming as well, Sean?
Yeah, I'm going to both games.
Father Chris is coming Sunday.
Ooh.
Yes,
Ooh.
Mr. Kinch. So,
Yeah, I'll see you there. Let's talk about
He can
football.
bless
Let's
your
start
wine.
same order. Let's start with you, Nigel. What did you make of the VAR?
The VAR.
VAR 2, West Ham 1. Obviously, you know, shit first half. Yeah.
Yeah, the first half ain't worth talking about.
No, it was not. Even
Everything-
I got bored.
Yeah,
you know?
basically it's the last half hour. So
Yeah.
we took the lead. Scrappy goal, but hey ho. I always remember.
You know
Paul
that
Kitson.
goal has nearly had 200,000 views that I took of the.
People criticise the tactics at Chelsea, and the thing is, we've done this a lot in the past there. Sometimes very successfully. I remember going there with Harry, and we won 1-0. Paul Kitson and Harry parked the bus. I think he brought Kitson on late with like 15, 20 minutes to go, and Kitson scored. And it was like a goal like that. It was like a tap-in, and we won 1-0. And you know, I remember one game where we parked the bus and walking out the ground. You'd have thought we'd won the game under Allardyce when I think George was there that game. You know, Mourinho accused us of 19th century football. Whatever.
Yeah, and Sam Allardyce laughed and went,
Yeah.
I've got to him. I've got to him.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said was, I've out-tacticked him, which was really
which
funny.
he
That
had.
he didn't
I love
really
it.
get
I
a
love it.
fucking
He
word from
doesn't like
himself.
it up him, he said. I love it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so, and I didn't see any of that from us. Perhaps a bit conservative, but I think that's a general way. When you're a counter-attacking team, you want to sit deep, you want to play, and you want to draw them towards you to give you space to get behind. But you're predominantly going to get more space as they're tired as well. So he did that. He played his tactics. I'm not going to fault him for it. We go 1-0 up. Then you got the goal.
62, obviously, Antonio with a Declan Rice assist, but Paquetá doing a pre-assist.
Yeah. So I don't think there's such a thing as pre-assist.
Oh, I've made it up.
Can't assist, but anyway. Then you get the goal. 2 defenders. Everybody came out.
The Chilwell goal you're talking.
Yeah, the Chilwell. Everybody blames the keeper, Fabianski. What's he supposed to do?
It went through his legs, though. Oh, here we go.
No.
Goalkeepers Union.
Yeah,
it
we
ain't
go.
about goalkeepers union, but perhaps I've got a bit of understanding of what he's had to do. No one complains.
Should have
about
kept his legs shut.
defenders,
Yeah.
innit? Going for the same ball. No, but the keepers, you're supposed to spread yourself to make yourself a wider target to stop the ball.
Should be
Chilwell
dropped.
got
He's a
lucky.
geriatric. Areola needs
No,
to come in. He
not
needs to
true.
be dropped.
No, not true. So Chilwell got fortunate, but no one blames Kerr or Zuma. Yeah, it was them two at mistake. It was them two that made the mistake.
Goalkeeper shouldn't let it go through his legs.
No,
Full
that's
stop.
rubbish, Sean. That is absolute garbage.
Well, you probably let a lot go for your legs.
Yeah,
but
I
I
did.
don't think. I don't think that.
I let a back pass go under my foot once. But shit happens, you know. So then, obviously, their towels are up. It was their substitutions with it. Chilwell come on, Kai Havertz come on. He got the second. They were amongst us. But I thought the way we then responded to going 2-1 down was brilliant. Cornet looked well.
He did.
The only thing is, Cornet,
Hit the
come
post,
on,
didn't he?
got to score that. I'm sorry.
Well, I
you've
said
got to
no,
hit
in the
the
He
WhatsApp
was
WhatsApp
running
group,
away
I said
from it. He
He
was
to win
running.
it, and he just came on and hit the post straight away.
But he's got. But I'll tell you why I'll highlight that, because then we get to the VAR incident, and the referee gives the correct decision, and then the referee in the studio whispers in his ear. And the thing, when you sit at home and watch it and you can see what they're looking at, they get it, everything in slow-mo, but they get just a small section of what happens in slow-mo.
Yeah.
So they don't see the whole thing, what's happened. So they don't realise that if he jumped over him, if Bowen had jumped over Mendy and not touched him, would Mendy have been able to get up and save the goal? No, he wouldn't. Not in a million years.
If he'd have left his
Nowhere near
feet
the ball.
planted, what would have Mendy have done? Gone through
Well,
him?
Yeah, it was never in a million years. If Bowen had managed to get over him without touching him, Mendy would still have been nowhere near the ball when a Cornet scored. And for that reason, whether he touches him or not, that's a goal for me. The histrionics and everything, but they don't show that on the VAR. But then again, I've never been a fan of VAR. So,
But as Alan Shearer said, it's not VAR. It is a tool. It's the people, and Moy said this. It's the people who operate it. It's the
hold up.
procedures.
Right, let me get
it's
you
the
this,
policies.
yeah?
It's the
Right, 4
way
years
that's
ago,
interpreted.
Right, 4, 5, 6 years ago, yeah, everybody moaned about referees' decisions. Football managers moaned about referees' decisions. If we lost the game, it weren't because of shit tactics. It was because the referee gave a bad decision against us. It weren't because the players we picked had made mistakes. No, it was the referee's fault. Yeah, all the managers did it. They all got away with it. Pundits, Sky TV turns up with their multiple cameras and everything. Highlight. The slow-mo apparently was born out of Italy, so they could highlight what the referees were doing wrong. Not what the players were doing wrong, what the referees were doing wrong. So then they say, we need technology. But who's got to operate the technology? The same referees now that go into semi-retirement that everyone was moaning about, making decisions, are the ones staffing it. But you've got to have referees running it, because they know the laws of the game. You can't have an ex-pro sitting there going, I think actually that's not right, because they can make a wrong decision within the
Can't
laws
you
of
just
the
have it
game.
on a red button and just let the viewers decide?
No.
Oh.
No. It's not the X factor, is it? So the best thing to do is to go back to the system that we had, that loads of leagues have still got, believe it or not. No VAR. Just put your trust in the referee.
Or just keep it for
and
just
accept-
offsides then.
Yeah,
What-
but then I
what-
argue about the offsides, because if you've got to draw a line for offside, Everton have had 2 goals chalked off because of bloke's shirt sleeves offside. 2 goals.
What league hasn't got it anymore?
The EFL don't have it.
Yeah,
No, I mean, what first flight, top flight league?
I didn't say that at all.
Well, I doubt things like the
But that's what the
Dutch
Premier League is,
First
isn't it?
League and
Well, the possibly have. Yeah, but why is the EFL
there's Bundesliga
things not
and League, Serie A and people
They've
like
all
that.
got
They've
them.
it,
They've
have
all
they?
got
I
it,
don't know.
Sean.
They've
Yeah,
all
they've
got
all
them.
got it.
It's just ours is
No,
badly
no,
run.
You say that, but in
don't
Italy
know
there was
that, though, do we?
murders. Lazio scored a goal and got chalked off VAR, and their manager went mad.
I don't know what the solution is.
Well, I listened to something last night on Monday Night Club or whatever it was,
Yeah.
where a
BBC
journalist
one.
there, Rory
Yeah.
Smith was saying
Yeah.
was saying about how slow motion was invented in Italy
Yeah, that's it.
And he was saying that basically across the whole of Europe, it's not used in the same way it's used here. And everyone has managed, they've found a way to live with VAR. It's not so problematic as it is here. So that's someone who knows about European football. So it's clearly, it's not used correctly. It's not going to go away. They can't scrap it. They won't scrap it.
No, because there's too much. And the reason why they won't scrap it is too much money in it.
Well, it's also there was so many things that got by in the past that they've now put it in place.
This is the thing. I remember a university did a study, and they went back over one full season. What a great gig to be a student on this course. They replayed every Premier League game and wrote down the refereeing decisions and discovered that referees got 97% of all decisions correct.
Yeah.
So VAR was brought in for 3%. And what my point of view is that VAR, it's like we're trying to get some type of robotic football where it has to be 100% correct. But football ain't like that.
It should literally, it should be called in by the referee. If the referee has a doubt, he should call for assistance, not the other way around.
The biggest scandal at the weekend for me weren't our goal, weren't Newcastle's goal, was Aston Villa's goal.
Well, I thought that was on.
That was an odd one, that.
It was on. This is the thing.
Because
the nature of that.
The angle of the camera and the...
he was onside.
The referee and linesman,
the referee blew up.
The linesman put his flag up. They're told not to flag. He puts his flag up.
I don't think they are anymore, though. I think it's changed.
Well, they changed it again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's flagged. The referee's blown the whistle. Coutinho puts the ball in it. To be fair to City players, they did stop though. But it was very, Coutinho can strike a ball.
That's the only get-out clause. I mean, the referee shouldn't have blown for the Coutinho one, and the only get-out clause is that, I've blown. We can't review it because the keeper could argue that he stopped.
No, that's right. But with VAR, that is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So this is this.
Well, you could argue. You could argue you don't need a referee.
Well, you definitely don't need linesmen.
No.
With VAR, you don't need linesmen. You don't. It's just, and that's the thing. What instead of having VAR?
What do you mean? Hang on a minute. What happens when the ball goes out? You're saying VAR decides which way
the referee overrules the lino anyway.
Use GPS.
God,
you love tech show and you don't like it when I
do like
back
tech,
do you?
actually. But I don't know. Let's not have a knee-jerk reaction, right?
How is it knee-jerk?
Well, I think there needs to be a review, and I do agree with you.
We'll say
there needs to be a time of when, like that 4.5 minutes, where if they can't make up their mind in the first 90 seconds, then the original decision should stand.
I'll throw that to you. Sorry, John. I'll throw that to you, Sean. Then, would you have been happy that if Spurs had got a penalty then?
If that is what the referee decided initially, yeah. Because at the moment it doesn't matter because we're getting the wrong decisions anyway.
But it's here,
spoiling
isn't
the
it?
game. It's here.
The
we're
last,
not going to turn it
the
off.
last Euros, there wasn't I can't remember any major dramas about VAR. The last World Cup, I don't remember any dramas. The last World Cup, it was barely used and it was only sort of like barely affected the game.
Do you not remember every corner basically being a penalty because someone was holding someone's shirt in the box?
Yeah, World Cup in 2018.
Yeah, true.
Well, not really.
It was.
Do you know what I think?
Go on, tell us. Go on.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you. It's not what I think, but something that won't cross your mind. So I'm watching us go 1-0 up. And after a couple of seconds of enjoying the euphoria, I'm thinking to myself, I could do an Antonio Payton and make myself a few bob if we hang on this win. Straight up, I am. And I leave it 5 minutes. I start thinking about browsing the editorial photo libraries, see if there's any images that I can sort of get head start on. Then suddenly, whack, they equalise. And do you know what goes through my mind? I think to myself, please find something to disallow the goal. And I think to myself, God, that got in everyone's psyche quickly, didn't it? That when you concede a goal, the first thing you think of now is, oh, please find a way to.
Well, yeah, you do, don't you? That is
do.
when you score a goal,
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
think, and that is a big
And if I'm thinking to myself,
detriment in it. It's a big detriment to the game.
yeah, and I'm thinking, fuck, that's cost me a couple of £100 already, right? Now, if I'm thinking at like a couple of £100 level, what's going on at the £1 million level where that goal could have cost someone? You know, they're really invested in the team.
What you mean? They had a massive big bet on it?
No, not necessarily a big bet. No, but just some kind of. Well, the reason why I think that way is because I've been brought up in a commercial environment, of which, you know, the agency environment, of which VAR is in an agency in that environment. If you ask me to influence someone to have the result go your way, fucking yeah, damn right. And what I think is VAR being introduced in that environment, I think it's just finding ways to disallow goals. I really do. And actually,
Goal killer.
yeah, it did. A little part of me fucking died because I thought to myself, we're not coming back from this. We aren't coming back from it. We open Pandora's box here.
I don't know. Look, it doesn't matter. We can talk about all we want. You know, ain't going to
Yeah.
change the result. And you know, the ref's body
And then you got the reaction.
came out and sort of said we're going to review it.
It's
and
one of the
basically admit
fewest-
they were wrong. Who cares? We're not going to get the points back.
It's the only VAR decision I can remember going against us where I was genuinely pissed off by it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an absolute
Yeah,
criminal act.
And you following on from what I said, you got fools who are trying to make the best of the situation by saying, "Oh no, that is a go." Fucking Soonest.
Well,
I mean, if I'm fucking 10
Can I
years
just-
old and I hear
can
say
I ask you all,
Graham's,
though, do you not think Bowen could have jumped higher though?
well, yeah,
He's a
I suppose
training
he could
foot,
have,
come
but
on.
it's in
You are
his psyche as
goalkeepers
well
union
to leave a
again.
foot in.
No,
It doesn't mean it's a foul.
Who
giving him a
really
decision.
knows the pace he was going?
But do you
and
know
who
what?
knows?
Here's one thing, right?
Keeper
And he's a
coming
play
towards
actor.
you. This
He also
definitely
tried to get at
played.
it with his right foot.
Wait, do
didn't
you know what? He rolled around on the floor on the first game, the first goal. Do you see
did,
that on the
yeah.
video?
Yeah.
Rolled around.
But then
the
it's,
problem is
you
no
know.
one believes him. I mean, if you look at fancy football, all shoulder injuries, 75% of playing. Oh, what bollocks! Pray for Mendy. The bloke's a faker, and he knows it, and he
But
did
when
it
he was
deliberately.
rolling around, you know, he was holding his chest, not his shoulder, and it was
Yeah.
his shoulder
Oh,
that
what-
Bowen kicked.
Yeah, it's just. But I mean, now what's his name? Danny Murphy was on later on in the day on the same radio
He
station.
slaughtered Souness.
Slaughtered Souness. He slaughtered him. He
I
just
like
said.
Danny Murphy.
he
Of all
just-
the people to say, Graham Souness.
I know.
Yeah, he said he was just doing
Yeah.
it for effect. He was just doing it.
Yeah, of
for
course he was.
But of course, Chelsea fans, and I don't know what your lady wife did, George, because it was El Jessico. But Chelsea fans wouldn't have
Nigel
it, all right?
jinxed it.
Yeah, I know. Stick that shirt on. I was
Yeah, that's usually what I say. So Chelsea fans, of course, wouldn't have it, and even Tuchel would say, it was definitely a foul. But of course, they wanted to point to, well, Mikel Antonio shouldn't have been in the pitch because he should have gone off for a second yellow. But
Yeah,
but
well,
how
should have
about
Reece James
Reece
for kicking him.
James for kicking him, right? Studs up, and a second offence for Ruben Loftus-Cheek,
Cheek, yeah.
Yeah,
who
but
was already on a yellow.
You see him
and-
look at him, don't you? He does
Reece
look.
James was on the yellow at that point as well, I think, when he kicked him.
Yeah. So, you know, two can play that game. You know, if you want to go, well, you should have been down to 10 men. Well, you should have been down to 9 men if you're going to play that game. Chelsea fans just won't have it, will they? They
but
can't
that's football fans
admit.
in general, Sean.
Well, no, it isn't, because
You're
Spurs
always going to
fans-
see things your
Sean,
way.
you're going to get West Ham fans.
Spurs
that
fans
play
said to
fire.
me, you were better second half, you probably deserve to win. Chelsea fans, though, never will have it. And I've not met a Chelsea fan yet who said, yeah, absolutely, that was not a foul. Every Chelsea fan I know, and I met today at work, because I went back today, said, oh, yeah, it was a foul, wasn't it? They won't have it. They're blinkered.
Well, you say, look, I was on a Twitter.
Oh, hang on, just let me
no,
ask George, right?
Let me just finish
For his
saying
lady
this.
wife.
I
Go
was
on.
on a Twitter. What do they call them? Not Twitter podcasts. You know them like.
I haven't
Circles.
gone into one.
Well, I was
Twitter
on a,
circle, whatever.
I was on a Chelsea one because I'd never thought I'd listen. So I got in and I was talking. I'll tell you what, they were worried before the game.
Yeah.
Of
They
course
were
they
worried.
are. They watch the football and they see that they're not much
Yeah.
better than us.
Yeah, they were.
When we play them, they just get the result. I mean, I alluded to it when we done the predictions last week. I don't think. I mean, I thought I said we draw. I said, but I think we lose because we go to Stamford Bridge and we come home with nothing. We're not the worst team. We're as good as them. And Spurs must be thinking that as well. You know, if we could end this section on a positive, that things are looking better. Don't look
Yeah,
at
they
the
are.
points, don't look at the table, but there's certainly.
Paquetá looked good. Cornet looked good. Emerson looked good. Kira looked good. You know, it's all.
How about
and
Moyes though? Does he look good?
Yeah, no, I think it's all coming together. And I wrote a story today for 6'2" saying, you know, Moyes is not in any danger of the sack. You know, the Moyes haters
I'm not
are
suggesting
coming out
that.
and saying we're 18th.
Do you
right, we're
like
in the
this
relegation zone.
apparent tactic of not wanting the ball for half hour? Do you like having half hour
I
life
just
squandered
think
away?
he's playing where we're in a transition stage.
So I'm not saying
and
it's not working,
Yeah,
but
no,
what I'm saying is,
it's about results.
well, we ain't got them. So that in that you say it's about results, that part isn't working because we got relegation form. So that's not working.
Well, the likes of Paqueta and Skamaka.
Paquetá.
Yeah. Do you want to play that way with them?
I mean, them players aren't
They
set
want the
up.
ball.
They aren't set
Yeah.
up to play how we play.
Yeah.
And that's hopefully some of these players he's brought in now. Hopefully, will allow us to adjust once they're in, and help us to be a bit more possession based, and then impose ourselves a bit more on a game.
Particularly the Chelsea game. You're playing at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. I know they're not very good at the minute, but we were. The Tottenham game, you'd expect us to take the game to them a bit more than we did, given we were at home. But the second half looked better.
They were quiet as mices, you know. I tell you what, they sung West Ham, and I know they sing everywhere, but especially because I don't go to many away games now, don't have the points, and I don't get lucky in the ballot. But they were just singing, and apart from scoring the goal, Chelsea did not sing a bit. They were just, it was like a library. And I don't know if you know, but I've videoed the goal, and that's gone 200,000 views.
That's
on
great for you. It's great. For you.
I didn't get any money
I'm
from it,
pretty
just to be
pleased
clear.
for you.
Wow.
I just hope that we do. I hope
You're disappointed, didn't you?
What?
You didn't get paid for that
Well,
one.
no, they just took it without asking.
Yeah,
but there you go. That's what happened.
I'm just hoping that we evolve into, because he's got to change. It's got to change now with these players he's brought in. He can't keep playing the way he has. You know, it's got to start evolving now.
Let me ask a question back to George.
Hello.
Because he married into a Chelsea family. The family are all Chelsea on his wife's side. What is their view of Mendy situation, the flashpoint?
They've kept very quiet about it, which I think is a indication that they know they got away with one there.
You must have discussed it with your lady wife.
Well, the biggest comment she made, she was at the game. She talked about the size of Antonio's thighs. She said that the atmosphere is always that bad.
Yeah.
I said it sounded awful. She's like, it's like this every week.
Yeah, it was bad.
And that she didn't really want to pass comment on the disallowed goal.
Oh,
I think
they never offered to take you, George. They never go, why don't you come with me?
Do you know what? I was offered a seat
right.
on Saturday, but I was on Jessica duty.
I offered you a seat as well. From Southend.
Yeah, to go to Southend. So yeah, I was offered, but I would have to sit with them. I don't think I'd want to do that. Not when we're playing them. But yeah, Catherine, my wife, did say that she thought that Chelsea were awful and that we deserved something from the game.
Oh, there you go.
So,
can I give a little stat attack? 68% Chelsea, 32% West Ham. They had 8 shots, 3 on target. We had 6 shots, 3 on target. They had a massive 10 corners to our 3. We found them 11 times, us 6. But interestingly, just before I finish, first half, 0 shots on target from either team. I think we had 1 shot, 0 on target in first half, and I think they had like 2 shots, 0 on target in the first half. Len,
Yeah.
Anything to add to our misfortune where we were robbed at Stamford Bridge?
No. I think we should.
As I said,
somehow
I had a
try and
nice
put it
day.
there.
When I came out, the team were there, and some Chelsea guy was going, "Move on, keep on moving." So I started walking in circles, which he got the ump about. And I saw Paquetá, and I saw a Bonner, and I saw Benrahma, and I waved and I said, "Oggy, Oggy, Oggy."
You go back, oi, oi, oi.
He didn't. He just
No,
waved to
no.
me. I thought it was funny, but he just waved.
Yeah, but you had been on the free beer all day. You know,
I had. I wanted to say "oi, oi, oi," but he just went. He just waved. There we go.
That's not the behaviour becoming of not Quaglinos. What's it called? It's
Colettos, isn't it? Canalettos.
Canalettos. That's
Did you
right.
see the video of the guy with the Mohican being
Yeah.
videoed? That's hilarious.
I'll put it on the
As
website.
West Ham fans are walking out, and he's going, "Yeah, I think we should have got something out of that." And you go, "You mug, you're shit. Chelsea is shit."
He wanted to fight the world, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, hilarious.
And then he ran after his son who got nicked.
Anyway, I think, look, we've been a bit unlucky.
Quick
apart
question
from the Brighton
for-
game.
for you boys.
Go on.
Would you accept a season of football like that we're playing at the moment?
If it's a transition to
Yeah,
get the
in
team
regards
working,
that he's looking at changing it.
yeah.
So
yeah,
it would mean like finishing 10th.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's going to be a series of bedding in, isn't it? It's got. I mean, look at the signings he's made. In theory, I mean, 5 or 6 of them should be starting, or could well be starting. You know, they're a sort of step above some of the players they're replacing. So, but it's going to take a while. You can't just throw them all in, can he?
I think I'll be patient enough to to allow the adjustment period, the transition period, go from now to the World Cup, and then come out of the World Cup ready to go with all the caps ready to play for, and maybe stay 6th and bottom until then.
Yeah, get away
I'll
from
take
the
that.
bottom
I don't
three
think
would be
all
nice.
the fans will,
No.
but I'll take that if it meant long-term gain. I think it's a good time to do it. It was a good time to buy the players. Now's a good time to bed them in and get something that works. And then when they come back for Qatar, everyone, get back right on it. Right at Arsenal. Win it. And get back and win out, because 2022 ain't been good. We need to be honest about that. We've got away with it, and now we got the management in place that we don't collapse. We don't have the 3 and 4 nils and the 10 games without a win or without a point. Let's be honest. It is stable now. We need to work on it now, and then cross your fingers. 2023 would be something that we'll enjoy a little bit more.
I mean, I don't see the point in finishing 5th or 6th.
Oh, no,
I don't see the point
anymore,
in
mate.
it, because if we win a cup, or if we win the conference
Then we're
or
in
the
there.
FA Cup,
Yeah.
then we get what we would have got by
And we
finishing.
love the journey, don't we?
So I think the easiest cup to win is actually the Conference League.
Yeah.
If I look at it, and I
None of
think,
them are easy.
Europa
No.
Conference League.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest cup for West Ham to win.
Yeah.
You
Any-
drinking
anywho.
Spice rum and Coke?
And yeah, not me. That's not me drinking.
No, I'm having a gin and tonic.
Oh, nice. How very middle class of you.
Gordon's,
Um,
It is actually. It's a premix one.
yeah. So
Schweppes.
that
Well, it's a premix. I
Oh,
assume
it's
it's Schweppes. It doesn't say on the...
it's not an alcohol podcast. Look, no transfer news. Obviously, transfer window shut. I don't think we're going to sign any free agents, despite obviously Barkley went off to Nice. 200 grand a week, apparently. He was on at Chelsea.
Yeah,
I don't know
watching,
Fucking
I watched
Jesus.
him get
fucking
announced on the
average
pitch.
player he is.
Vlasic is scoring for fun, 3-3. So he's 5 games. I think he started 45 minutes for.
He's in his real position, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but it's the Italian league, isn't it? So he scored a
What
goal.
does that mean, Sean? Italian
Well,
league?
it's not the Premier League. It's a lower division, isn't it? It's akin
What
to
Italian teams are in the Conference League?
League.
I want to look out for them.
League One or
Fiorentina, I think.
lower Championship. Wouldn't you say? Am I wrong on that, John?
You're completely wrong.
You're saying the Italian league is as good as League One?
One or the lower
Fucking
championship.
ridiculous at times.
You haven't got a clue about football, have you, really, Sean?
Well, I'm just saying it's not a proper league. Not.
It's not.
Sean, they
Serie
won
A is not a proper league.
No, not a proper league.
We're
There
in
you
a
go.
competition.
Put that on your 6'2" site.
Yeah.
Right? A fucking great big headline.
The first winners of the Conference League were Roma
Yeah.
in the Italian League.
I said I didn't. Not all of them, but there are some good teams, obviously in Serie A, but not all of them. There's a few.
that the
It's a
same
bit
in
like the
every
French
league?
league. It's like saying the French league, right? There's just one side in the French league that's any good, and the rest of them are shit.
The Italian league is nothing like that.
Well, how many
French
are
league,
there?
The French
Half
league
a
is
dozen.
weaker than the Italian league, but I wouldn't say that all of the other
Well,
French teams are
PSG
shit.
obviously stand out, and we've probably I don't know.
'Cause,
Marseille
yeah, we
and
walked through
Lille.
our games against the French teams.
Yeah,
and
we
they were
did. Yeah, we did.
well
we
easy,
beat
weren't
them
they?
well easy.
And then you've got the German league. That's only buying that.
Well,
the Germans.
Premier
that
League
was
is
tough, wasn't
supreme. Let's be honest. And it's
No,
played
it-
all right. So all right, maybe I'm being a bit flippant, but what I mean is it's
I
played
think
at
you're
a
being a
pace.
bit something else.
Yeah, it's played at a pace that no other league is played. In other words, it's slower. He has more time, and yes, he's playing in his position. But look, they're paying 85% of his wages. They've got a 13 million euro option to buy him. Good luck if
It's
we
about
get some
half
money.
what we paid for him, I guess, is it? Did they do
Well,
that on
we haven't
purpose?
paid anything. We paid 7 million, and I don't know if you read another story I wrote on 6'2". The Russian president of Moscow says we've knocked them, and there's no reason or sanctions. We should not pay them the next 7 million instalments. We paid. He's saying it was 25 million euros, which is about 21 million quid. Right? It wasn't 27. He's saying we paid 7 million up front, right? The first instalment. And we've missed the second instalment, which was due in August, blaming FIFA and sanctions. And then we owe a third one next year. But we've only paid £7 million for Vlasic in the first place, John. And we're hiding behind FIFA rules saying, yeah, we can't, you're Russian, we can't pay the rest of them.
Are we hiding behind FIFA rules or are we following?
Well, who knows?
rules.
It's a bit unclear.
So
Is
you
it?
believe the president of Moscow?
He seemed like a nice chap. He got quotes and everything, which I translated.
Well, why
with
don't we
Google.
get hold of Sergey, who's running our cryptocurrency, and bung him some money, and I'm sure he'll be able to
Yeah.
do
Good old
the
Dave.
transfer, isn't it?
Yeah, Sergey. I wrote that very carefully because his lawyers keep on slapping cease and desist letters on anyone who writes anything nasty about them.
Oh, right.
Which
Oh, I
you'll
look
be
forward
getting.
to that then, because
Yeah.
all the copyright name's mine.
No, it is. Yeah, well, I told you at the time when you gave me the story. I went, I've written it very carefully so we don't get illegal now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so transfers done and dusted. We are expecting on Thursday Skamaka. He had tonsillitis. He's been training, so we're expecting him to come back. So hopefully he'll feature. Late fitness test for Cresswell. Has had a groin injury, but he seems to be coming back. Ben Johnson's out. He's got a hamstring, so he's out for a few more weeks. Aguirre, obviously not back till October. Who else was missing on at Chelsea?
What's the feedback you're getting from the Dawson and Ashby?
Oh, I don't know if you talked about Dawson, but obviously Dawson and Harrison Ashby were denied their moves. Harrison Ashby was going to move for 2.5 million to Newcastle. Has the same agent as Eddie Howe. Wasserman. And Moyes
Wasserman?
Jr. Huh?
What?
Wasserman.
Wasserman?
Wasserman? Wasserman? The joke never gets old.
It does.
And, and yeah, look, Moyes said, no, you're not going. Ben Johnson's injured. We need cover. And therefore, I'm denying your move. He hasn't signed a new contract. Will he sign a new contract? Well, funny enough, he's going to get his chance now. Like I wrote about Ngakia, he moved to get more game time, and in the end, it hasn't worked out. So be careful what you wish for. But anyway, going back to Dawson. Dawson, obviously, family reasons, wanted to move back to Rochdale to Manchester. But but it didn't come off with a Southampton lad. He decided to go to Villa because he didn't want to be fourth or fifth choice centre back at West Ham, and he thought he would get a start at Villa. I mean, fair enough, John. I mean,
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, no,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
But then they put the block on him.
We put a block on him. It's interesting. We're being told he's not ready. He's still got a thigh injury. It's a bit suspect. I mean, I've been told by a national journalist that, and I just want to be very careful how I say that he's not making himself available. But I know he is training. But people are saying he's not training fully. But he's not going to be ready this Thursday. He's not ready for the Newcastle game. And it's unlikely he's available the following week. So at best, we're talking late September, and just thinking, if he's not fit to late September, what's going on? Is there something more to this? Is he being given time with his family, or we're being told the truth? Is it real injury? We don't know, but I don't know, John. There's something fishy going on. But I don't think he's happy, is all I'll say. That he didn't get his move. 5.5 million. Believe
Can't
it or
Goldie
not,
take him home in his chopper? He owns a helicopter company.
Well, he doesn't anymore. He sold it, actually. He
Well, he
sold
must
it a long
know,
time
mate.
ago.
Well, put his head in his pocket. He's got the money.
Well, I don't think Gold was at the game either. But
Well, he just has to fucking pay. He'd have to fucking pilot the thing.
well, I think he was offered some extra more time off his family and a free transfer at the end of all this, that if he would provide the cover. I mean, let's be honest. When Agur is back in October, Dawson's probably going to be fifth choice centre back, isn't he? Kira looks like he's cemented his place as a very composed centre back. Oggy is cover. I don't think he's getting in anytime soon. Zuma, although he hobbles around with his knee, does seem to do a good job. I think Agur is not going to come straight into the team, so they're going to have to fight for some places and wait for injuries. So where does that leave Dawson anyway? I've got no idea.
It's not a good sign, is it?
It's not a Agur sign.
Hey.
Anyway,
That one never gets old.
No, we should have left it there. Can move on to question time now. It was a good gag.
Yeah, good. Right. Anything else before? If you want to read any of the stories, go to 6'2", because I put a lot of work in, and I'm not going to read them out here.
Yeah.
And just to say, it's number 6 foot2.co.uk, right? Then you can read the 30 stories I've written in the last 7 days.
If you haven't got a life.
It's time.
Well, they don't take long to read.
Well, they are at least.
Oh, there's
if you can make sense
complaints
of them.
already.
They are at least 150 words.
No, it's I write an article. If I don't get to 1,000 words, I'm disappointed. And then he's obviously the master of the 150.
Yeah, but he's like, he releases singles. He's not big concept
Some of
albums.
your colleagues go, how do you write so many stories? I say, well, on average, it takes me 3 minutes to write a 150-word article.
Yeah, and it takes me 4 hours sometimes.
Do you put it in like a AI copywriting tool or something, Sean? Do you put?
No, I have told him to get Grammarly.
No. The grammar's all there, mate. There's no spelling mistakes. Well,
I've just noticed one on Twitter.
Son.
You put favour without a U.
Oh,
You
I
remember
did
this,
say Ron Newman, Newham the other day instead of Rob Newman.
Yeah.
Did you correct that one?
No, I did correct a couple where you didn't use capital letters in the title.
Oh, thank you.
Then
Anyway.
I thought, I ain't getting sucked into this, and just thought,
Oh, anyway, Nigel,
Yes.
I just forgot. There's something.
Dodds' away day roundup. Oh, great. No warning.
Yeah, well, I like to do that because otherwise
Well-
you're prepared or not. Are you going to say read the website? Yeah.
Well, it's on the website, or watch his video, because obviously he does his videos now on Stell's channel.
God, fucking hell.
Yeah, he's a man of the people, Doddsy now, isn't he?
He's like a superstar.
He is a superstar.
He is the Wurzel Gummidge of West Ham fans. Everywhere he goes, bit of cake, bit of beer.
Yeah.
I'll love you and leave you, chaps.
No.
Predictions,
No
George?
predictions.
Our predictions. Go on, then.
So it's prediction time. George.
Hello.
We have and I can't FSB 2745.
Stale Bucharest.
Yeah, whatever. And Newcastle
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Magpies.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
2-0, 2-1.
Okay. Nigel.
I fancy this 2-0 against Stour. A bit of revenge for last time we played them in 2000. And then against Newcastle, I shall go for 0-0.
Okay. All right. Len.
I think we're due a goal this game against Stour. And I think Newcastle are going to be fresh and ready to beat us, to be honest. So I think they'll win 2-1, Newcastle.
Okay. John.
I think we will win 2-1 against Stour and draw 1-1 Newcastle.
Okay. I'll go 1-0. Oh no, I actually for the Europa League, Conference League, I'm going to go 4-0 because I think we're going to actually dominate the Danish fishermen. And
Even though they're Romanian.
Yeah, even though they're
Romanian fishermen.
And they're not fishermen because they're not on the
Farmers.
coast.
Romanian farmers.
Oh.
Like Astragugu. And then...
They're probably tourists looking to like go on holiday because they want to book a rest.
Yeah, and then... oh, boom, boom. And then 1-0 against the Magpies on Sunday. I've been Sean. Nigel has been...
Yeah.
George has been...
Good.
John has been...
happy to be here.
And Len has been...
So sweet.
Drinking gin.
Yeah, gin and tonic.
Come on.
And working.
You irons.
And selling it.
Back soon for part 2.
Bobby Moore.
Question time.
More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.
In association with 6foot2.co.uk.
In association with Sean Whetstone.